Hey, Mama. I'm so glad you're here because today we're tackling something that hits every one of us: time. That sneaky little thing we all claim we don't have enough of. Between the kids running wild, the laundry that's multiplying like rabbits, work drama, and trying to remember if you've even eaten today. It's easy to feel like creativity just can't fit into the picture. But what if I told you that finding time to create doesn't mean adding one more thing to your already overflowing schedule? That's right, Mama. Today, we're going to talk about how you can carve out time for your creative passion, even in the middle of chaos. And let me tell you, it's not possible, it's necessary. So grab your coffee or whatever's keeping you awake, and let's dive in. Hey, Mama. Welcome to the Creative Mama's Journey, the podcast for mamas who are ready to stop ignoring their creativity and start using it to fuel their joy, purpose, and even income if that's your choice. Now, I'm your host, Christine, your creative specialist, fellow mama, and your no fluff guide to rediscovering what lights you up. Now, we will be talking about real life, real struggles, and real strategies to help you silence the doubt, make space for yourself, and turn your creative ideas into reality without the mom guilt. So let's do this. Come on. So, why is time for creativity non negotiable? Look, I get it. The guilt is real. You think, I can't make time for this now, or I should be folding or making sure everyone's fed. But here's the thing: your creativity isn't a luxury. It's not some extra you tack onto your day if you're lucky. It's a necessity for your well being. Think about it. When you're in your creative zone, whether it's doodling on the back of a grocery list, snapping a picture for Instagram, or even jotting down a new business idea, you're reconnecting with yourself. You're reminding yourself that you are more than a task list and a chauffeur service. When you make space for creativity, you're actually refueling your own energy tank. You're recharging mentally and emotionally so you can keep pouring into everyone else. Trust me, you'll be a better mom, partner, friend, and human when you give yourself permission to create. So let's talk about the myth of, I don't have time. We'll call it the elephant in the room. How many times have you caught yourself saying, I don't have time? Well, mama, same. But the truth, that's often just a mindset block. It's not that you don't have time. It's that you haven't made it a priority yet. I'm not here to sugarcoat it. Time doesn't magically appear out of thin air, but we can shift how we think about it. It's not about carving out an uninterrupted 2-hour block where you light a candle, play lo-fi beats, and sip a latte. Though, if you can make that happen, I'm jealous. It's about asking yourself, where can I steal back 5 or 10 minutes? Where can I swap out, or what can I swap out that doesn't serve me? Maybe scroll less, Netflix later? Can I combine something I already do with a little creative moment? When we break down the belief that we need more time to be creative, we open the door to actually fitting it in. Yeah, can you imagine that? So how do you find those small moments of creativity? Okay, let's be practical. Here are a few simple real-world ways you can squeeze creativity into the cracks of your day, even if your life is a full-on circus. Well, we need it to be real because we want to practice it, right? So what about in the morning moments? While you're waiting for coffee to brew or the kids to wake up, you can jot down a quick list of creative ideas in a notebook. Even one idea gets the spark going. So what you could do is just have a notebook handy right next to, like in the kitchen, right next to the coffee pot or whatever you do first thing in the morning. Just have a notebook there. Even by the side of your bed, you can just quickly jot down ideas that come to mind. How about Carla and creativity? Sitting in carpool, Pull out a mini sketchbook or your notes app. Sketch, brainstorm, write a poem, whatever sparks you. TV time. While the kids are watching a show, whatever show they enjoy, if it's when they're sitting there, you don't have to be glued to the screen. You can just grab your notebook or knitting needles and start working at it. Start being creative at that time. How about 5 minutes doodle or free writing? Set a timer. 5 minutes. That's it. Just 5 minutes. Write, scribble, paint. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be yours. In fact, if you have your kids sitting down, coloring or being creative, doing a project, join them and do something for you. It doesn't have to be the same thing, but you can just use that time that they're working on something for themselves or something that you set aside for them. You could be working for something for you. How about this one? Weekend wins. Now, can you carve out a 30-minute creative date with yourself, either like on a Saturday or a Sunday? Swap that extra grocery run or that extra errand for 30 minutes of you time. That's it. Sometimes, we have to keep on practicing, because as I'm reading through this list and you're listening to it, you might be saying, well, yeah, that would work, but yes, that's a great idea. But you know what? You don't have to do all of these at once. Just choose one and start with it. Once you start practicing and doing it, it's going to get easier. Then, you know what? Once you've practiced that one or it has become a habit, then choose another thing to add to it. And before you know it, you're going to have carved out time for yourself that you even think about, whoa, I actually did have time to be creative. So remember, you don't need hours. You just need a few intentional moments. The more you give yourself permission to create in these tiny windows, the easier it gets to make them a habit. So, and mama, time's a funny thing, right? It can feel like sand slipping through your fingers, but when you decide that what fills your soul is non-negotiable, you start finding ways to make it happen. It's a mindset, and we have to keep on thinking about ourselves too, that we are important just as the rest of our family is. How we care about them and care for them, we too are important, and we need to start taking care of ourselves. And finding pockets of time for creativity is one self-care item for mamas. So, mama, let today be the day you stop waiting for the right time and start creating time right now. Start creating right now, whether it's scribbling in the notebook, a quick voice memo of an idea, or a full creative session. You deserve to carve out that space. Thanks so much for listening today, and I hope you're walking away feeling pumped and raring to go, ready to take action. Just remember, your creativity is worth fighting for, and you've got this. So until the next episode, I want you to keep shining, keep creating, because you are worth it. Bye. Mama, thanks for joining me on another episode of the Creative Mama's Journey. Now, I pray today's episode reminded you that your creativity is not a luxury. It's part of your calling. Now, if this blessed you, pass it on to another mama who needs a reminder that she is more than her to-do list. Make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with me at Chrissy Cris Creations. And mama, remember, you were made in the image of a creator. So don't just survive motherhood, create through it. See you next time. Bye for now.